So what we're doing here is we're putting this cubic polynomial into our y1, and we're going to set the window by hitting zoom 4, which gives us our zoom decimal windows for friendly decimals. And then we're going to set our y window at -15 for the min, 5 for the max, and 1 for the scale. And if you hit your trace key, it should pop up right on your y-intercept. Do you see that? Mm-hmm. As a 0, -6. Mm-hmm. And so what we're going to do is we are going to walk to the right to see where it is close to our actual 0. So as I'm walking at 0.9, it looks like I'm at -0.24. Mm-hmm. And when I hit 1, I'm up at 2. Yeah. So somewhere between 0.9 and 1 on the x-axis, does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Somewhere between 0.9 and 1 on the x-axis, in that interval, is where my 0 is located. So what I can do to check whether or not it's rational is I can look at my choices here that are between 0.9 and 1.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
I know that 1 is not a 0 because I can see right here 1 is equal to 2 on my graph, okay? I know I don't need to look at 2, 3, 6 because it's nowhere even near there.
Yeah.
So is there anything on there that's close to 0.9? I'd have to say not.
No.
Because this is what, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if I go back down to 0.6, dang, I'm down at -4.
Yeah.
So what does this tell you? It tells you that since the x has to be somewhere in between here, none of these are going to work.
Okay.
But a more exhaustive look at it would be to say, okay, let's plug them in and see where we're at. Type in a 1, hit enter. You're just on your trace menu doing this. What did it land on?
2.
2. Is that a 0?
No.
No. Let's try -1. -1, enter. Ooh, I got -20. Is that a 0?
Nope.
No. Let's try 2. 2, enter. I got 64. That's not a 0. Let's try -2. Ah, I got -100. Am I getting any closer?
Nope.
I can assure you that these two will be no closer.
Yeah.
Are you seeing what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So one way to find out if you've got a rational 0 is to narrow down the interval by using your trace function. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Another way to find the 0 is to use the calculate menu.
Okay.
So you hit second, calc or trace, and then we're going to do the 0 function. So we can actually calculate it. If you hit second calc, and number 2 is your 0, then all we have to do is find a left bound and a right bound. And if you're still up at negative whatever, then you kind of want to get somewhere between 0 and 1 for that left bound. So I'm going to go at 0.6 for my left bound. Is that making sense? X at 0.6 for my left bound. And then I have to walk to where it crosses the x-axis and get to the other side to find my right bound. And then it's going to tell me my x, gives me my x is equal to 0.911888899, y equals 0. Okay, this is just going to keep going. All right, so it's not going to be rational because our only rational choices were out of these, and none of those were even close to between 0.9 and 1.
Okay.
Are we okay with that? Sweetness. So, cut that, and we'll do another example.